What is going on, dreamers, and welcome to this interesting video I decided to do today. Something really quick and fun, but I found out about this service called Protoweb, and I really wanted to share it with you guys. It's really cool. It allows you to browse old websites on legacy hardware like old computers and of course the Dreamcast in this case. So, as you might know, if you try and browse most modern websites on the Dreamcast web browser, it's just not going to work. Most websites aren't going to load. Even archived old websites, a lot of them won't work either because they're using a secure connection, like HTTPS, so they don't work either. But what this website does is really cool. It allows you to use an old web browser and browse and archive kind of their selection of old websites. But basically all you need to do is go into your Dreamcast web browser. I'm using XDP browser in this case, but you should be able to use pretty much any Dreamcast web browser. But all you need to do is go into your settings and add a proxy server, which is this one right here, which is wayback.protoweb.org, port 7851. Some of the other web browsers like PlanetWeb will have a separate box for the port number, but for XDP you just put a colon and then the port number. So that's all you have to do there, and then I'm not going to save any of that, but if you were putting it in for the first time, obviously you would save it, but I've already done that. But once you do that, then you just go to this website right here, which is inode.com. And this is kind of their directory, which allows you to search and also has a whole bunch of websites that you can select from. I think it said it has thousands of different websites, and these are all kind of snapshots of these websites back in the day, which is really cool. So it's like you're browsing the web in 1998, 99, early 2000s, whatever, depending on whenever the website was archived. It's kind of like archive.org, the Wayback Machine, if you've ever used that. But unfortunately that doesn't work on a Dreamcast, but this does. So what's cool though is some of this stuff, like the live content. So if I go to, say, Reuters News, some of this stuff is actually updated. So it's the old version of the website, but with current news in this case. So here's news from just today, July 20th, 2024. So it's really cool. You can go to this Reuters website, you can read your news all in this kind of classic format, which is really, really cool. Let me go back and I'll show you some of the other websites. But this is really cool, and you can even go into and type in a URL and it will redirect you automatically to the archived version of the website. So if you were to go and type in google.com, it would bring you to the classic version of Google, or at least an older version of Google. And this all works. You can actually still use the modern version of Google, which is actually pretty amazing. Actually, let me type in something more relevant here. Dreamcast. But it doesn't work very well. The formatting is all off, as you might imagine. But this works a lot better. So if you want to search the web using Google, this is a lot better to use. And I think this may limit you to websites that are archived on Protoweb, I believe. So, which is cool as well. So if I go to Cheat Code's website, cheatcodes.com, I don't know if that website's still around. It may have been actually swallowed up by GameSpy at some point, and then IGN. I'm not sure. I might be misremembering that, but there you go. You can browse some Dreamcast hints and tips and cheat codes. This website walkthrough, but it all works really, really well. Everything loads, which is, it's something that doesn't work very often on the Dreamcast web browser. Even if a website does load, a lot of the time, a lot of images won't work because they're too big, or it'll have content that just doesn't work. But in this case, everything works like you're browsing the internet back in the day, which is really cool. So let me go to some other stuff here. Garfield comic strips. Garfield's one of my favorite comic strips of all time, so this is cool. I assume it has daily comics. Yeah, actually this is from today. That's cool. So this website apparently is still around. This is what is this, Comics Corner? Actually this might be is this the actual Garfield website? Yeah, it might be. But you can go to previous comic strip. And there you go. You can read your Garfield comics, your daily comics, on your Dreamcast, which is pretty awesome. Check out a few more things here. I am using the Dreamcast broadband adapter for this, just so it goes a little bit faster for the video, but this works perfectly fine on the modem as well. It just takes a little bit longer to load the web pages. We can go to the old ID Software website, which is cool. Got archives, Quake World, Killer Games, Shopping Mall, ID technical support. Can we actually get some technical support from ID Software? Let's check out. Let's get Quake. How do I get Quake? Download the Quake shareware files. I wonder if these are actually archived. I'm assuming they probably are, but it's not going to download onto the Dreamcast, obviously. But yeah. Still, everything works really, really well, which is awesome, especially considering Protoweb it was never designed to be used on a Dreamcast web browser. So the fact that this works is really cool, and I don't think I've heard anyone mention this before, using this on a Dreamcast. Let me check out one more website here. I'm not gonna make this video too long because you guys can just check this out for yourself, but I did try the PopCap Games website. Unfortunately, none of the games work, which is kind of expected, I guess. But the website loads perfectly fine. Let's check out this GT Interactive Software website. See what their latest games are. What's new? What is new at GT Interactive? Scorcher, Can You Take the Heat? XS. Imperium Gallica. Check out Scorcher. It's a preview, apparently. So this might be before the game came out. Let's enter. Enter and check this out. See if we can get some screenshots. So as you can see, there's some animated stuff going on, which works perfectly fine. What is it? I don't know what all of this stuff means. Race of Death. Just want to see if there are some screenshots of the game. I assume there are. Oh, it's just an animation of some sort. That's cool. I thought there would be some screenshots. I mean, this is supposed to be a preview of the game, but... well, whatever. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, that all works. But yeah, I mean, this is Protoweb. Very, very easy to use it with your Dreamcast. Just enter that proxy server, and you can browse the web like it's the late 90s / early 2000s. It might have some stuff earlier than that as well, like early 90s. I don't know, mid 90s. Check out some NBA hang time. But yeah, anyway, just a really quick, cool video I wanted to put up just because I wanted to spread the word about this, because this is quite cool. If you're interested in browsing the web on your Dreamcast, which is not really something I normally do. I mean, it's a cool novelty, but there's so few things you can actually browse on the Dreamcast web browser these days. That it's just, you know, you check it out once and, okay, that's cool, and then you just basically play the games. But this gives you a whole new world of content to explore, which is awesome. And yeah, so yeah, definitely check this out. I'll put a link to it in the video description. Gives you all the information you need. You really only just need the proxy server address and port number, and you're good to go. But if you want to check out the Protoweb website, they have more information on there. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this episode. So thanks for watching, and until next time, keep on dreaming.